the Sports Barn, Monday, June 29th. Take 2 of this episode, our 100th episode of Eric Arnold in the Sports Barn. As we shut off our little intro music here. As I said, 100th episode, you think I'd start learning something as we make these episodes. I've got a clock over there and it tells me when the episode starts. And then I never look at it, and I never really take much notice of the time. So I shot this video this afternoon. The thing ran 35 minutes. It ran so long that the phone video basically shut off. So 35 minutes down the drain. I had half of it had the video. The whole thing had the audio. I tried to upload it to YouTube. Their little computer said, "Your file's screwed up, dude. We can't upload that." So that was that. So we got to try to shorten it up here. We're going to omit some of the things in the previous video. We were going to talk about just bullshit. We're going to try to cut down the bullshit. We got the NFL Patriots. I want to talk about them. And then we were going to have the Yankee preview. That's probably going to fall by the wayside into a future video. It's amazing how much I can talk about the Patriots. So they are in the NFL news today. That's kind of what I want to talk about. It's a subject I would think that a lot of people like to talk about. The most successful team, arguably ever, in the NFL history. You had 2 significant things happen here in the past, 48 hours. They signed Cam Newton. I guess, I don't know, I saw Richard Sherman's mad because he doesn't think the Patriots are paying Cam Newton enough money. It's like, I don't know, dude. I didn't even look at his argument. It's I don't know, it's a free market, isn't it? I mean, they paid what the market would bear, didn't they? I don't know. Well, at any rate, Cam Newton has a job. I think it's a good move by the Patriots, as if the Patriots make bad moves. You know, I guess you could say, the Antonio Brown thing didn't work out. Well, you know, nobody's perfect, but for the most part, whatever Belichick does works. So you bring in Cam Newton, hey, I mean, to me, he's immediately the best quarterback. He's their starter. So good for them. Actually, not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about them losing their 3rd round pick in 2021. What I did here this afternoon, I've been working on this all day. I mean, I want to, talk about losing the 3rd round pick, but I want to make sure I'm fair about what I'm talking about. Because I know there are a lot of Patriot fans out there. And I want to try to address the subject fairly without being biased. I think it's important to occasionally check your biases. In other words, I don't like you. Why don't I like you? You know, sometimes you forget. I said, or I should say, the Palestinians and the Israelis, for example, they've hated each other for so long, I bet half of the things they hate each other for, they don't even remember. I know I hate you for some reason, but I couldn't list all the reasons why. It's so far in the past, they don't even remember. So I think it's important to occasionally re-examine. It's like, why don't you like that person? Or why do you like that team? That sort of thing. So I went through, immediately, for me, as a Philadelphia Eagle fan, part of it is jealousy. The team's obviously got a better historical record than I have, my team. We've played these guys twice in Super Bowl, so they're a rival. Right there, that's some friction. The way Belichick basically carries himself, he's not Mr. Friendly. So, you know, if he's your coach, you love it. You know, it's like, yeah, tell those reporters to go get bent. Screw them. Give them no answer. That's right. You know, if you don't particularly like the team, you hate that sort of thing. So, you know, these are, you know, small or minor reasons. But the main reason I dislike that team is because of all their disciplinary actions. And basically, I would say it comes down to, you know, now 3. It used to be 2. This latest one I'm going to put in there is 3. You know, 3 major episodes that they've been disciplined for, where they've lost draft picks. You have your Spygate, your Deflategate, and now whatever this latest thing is, whatever gate you want to put it to. TV Gate, Spygate 2, whatever. Spygate, that was in the early aught decade, where the Patriots were filming illegally. To hear them tell it, filming was legal. It was just the manner they were doing it was illegal. They had positioned their cameras in incorrect places on the field. I guess if you did it from the press box, it was legal. This is their story. I don't know what the rules were. I'm going by what they're saying, the Patriots. If we had it in the press box, it would have been legal. But because we put it on cameras on the field, that made it illegal. And we admit to that. Which is basically all they admitted to. How that went down was one of their ex-assistant coaches then became the coach of a rival, the New York Jets, Eric Mangini, and he was the one that conclusively blew the whistle on the Patriots. There had been numerous complaints to the league office prior to that, which the league basically ignored. But Mangini then, you know, caught the Patriot man, whose name was Matt Estrella, of all things. Matt Estrella was a Patriot photographer or videographer on the field, because he knew he was going to be there. They kind of trapped him, you know. So Mangini, you know, said, "Don't do it. You know, don't do it." They did it anyway. Mangini was ready for him. Had NFL security there too. Caught. So now Goodell kind of has to do something because Mangini's making a case out of this. He's making a federal case out of this. So the investigation into Spygate consisted of, and I'm going to tell you where I'm getting my information from. Right here, this. Don Van Natta Jr., Seth Wickerham. They wrote an article for ESPN. It's a little more than an article, I would say. It's more like a report. It's, you know, several thousand word article. It's heavily researched. Dozens and dozens of interviews with league personnel, former Patriot officials, current Patriot officials, congressional staffers, former, current players, you know, you name it. Upwards, I think the number they used was 90 interviews. Very extensive research into Spygate. I have no reason to doubt their reporting. It was published in September of 2015, which was right after Deflategate started getting going. So that's where I'm getting my information from. Again, I have no reason to doubt the veracity of their reporting. So that's where I'm getting this from. Anyway, back to Spygate. So the opening game of the NFL season, Mangini, catches the Patriot videographer on the sideline where he isn't supposed to be. Now Goodell, he makes a call to Belichick and says, we got a problem. You know, this has been reported to us. What's up? Belichick admits to breaking the rule. Said it was his mistake, misunderstood the rule. Admits to a few tapings, not very much, certainly got no competitive advantage, etc., etc. So based on that conversation, Goodell levies this big penalty. You know, I forget what the fine was, at least $500,000. I think that might have been just for Belichick. And then the team got a little bit of a fine too, and they lost their first round pick. And then this all blew up a little, you know, that was it. You know, no investigation. So then when this leaks out, everybody's, what is going on? Why did these guys lose a first round pick? What on earth just happened? You know, what happened? So now Goodell's under pressure. He has to explain this. And he's done no investigation. He doesn't know the facts of what happened. He simply knows that Mangini got a videographer on the sideline. He heard Belichick's story. That's all he knows. You know, he has done no investigation. So they send some people up to Foxborough to kind of poke around and re-interview the Patriot people. And they just basically just repeat what Belichick said. We misunderstood the rule. Here's a handful of tapes. We don't have any others, of course. We don't have any other tapes. But, you know, here's a handful of tapes. Well, no, you can't take them with you. No, those are our tapes. Oh, you want to destroy them right here? Oh, okay. Well, we're okay with that if you want to destroy the tapes. So that was what happened to the few tapes that the Patriots turned over. They were destroyed by the Patriots and the NFL in the Patriots' offices. That was it. All the tapes are gone. No more tapes. So then that leads to, you know, every time someone asks about Deflategate, or I keep saying Deflategate, whenever somebody asks about Spygate, it always goes back to, well, we don't know because they destroyed the evidence. Now, Wickersham and Van Natta, their article basically alleges, I think rather conclusively, that there were dozens of these tapes, that this taping went back to 2000 in Belichick's first year, that it wasn't, oh, hey, we just came up with this idea in 2007. They've been doing this. It was a systematic process. It wasn't a one-off thing. Their reporting depends on who you were talking to. If they were interviewing a Patriots official, the Patriots officials would say, well, we did it, but we didn't derive any kind of advantage over it. You know, the guy trying to decipher the signals, he was wrong just as much as he was right. You know, he didn't know what he's doing. And then, you know, everyone else would be saying, absolutely they derived an advantage. Excuse me. Now, for me, I think it's obvious they derived an advantage. I mean, this is Patriots. I mean, these guys don't miss a trick. They don't waste time. They don't do things that are a waste of time. If they weren't getting an advantage out of this thing, they would have stopped doing it. So I think it's pretty obvious. They were doing the taping. They had a systematic process of deciphering the signals and were getting a pretty significant advantage from it. Now again, to hear them tell it would have all been perfectly legal if they'd just done it from the press box. You know, maybe. I honestly don't know if that's true or false. And they may not have been able to do it from the press box. Maybe they couldn't see the signals clear enough from the press box. Maybe they had to see from the field to defeat. You know, I've seen these teams, they like hold up big blankets and stuff to try to block the view of, I don't know, whoever. So maybe that's why it was done on the field. I don't know. I do believe that it wasn't, oh, we misinterpreted a rule. So anyway, that's your Spygate. That's one. Then you had the Deflategate. Their article, the Van Natta article, alleged that Deflategate, the punishment in Deflategate was much more severe maybe than it would have been normally, because a number of NFL owners were angry over Spygate. They felt that the Patriots had their wrists slapped. And the tapes were burned. And so it's like, wait a minute, you're asking me to trust you that it was all nothing, and we're getting a lot of feedback from all over the place that it wasn't nothing. So we're pissed. You know, we're pissed at you, Roger Goodell. We think you let your buddy, Roger Kraft, and it's pretty well established that these two are close, between Goodell and Kraft. leading up to Deflategate were pretty close. So other owners are angry. So now Deflategate, the facts of Deflategate, I don't know. For me, as a fan, a biased fan, I admit I'm biased against the Patriots. You know, it all turned on the cell phone of Tom Brady. You know, I am a former auditor. You know, distant previous life, I worked for the man, and I conducted audits. Then I quit that job and I started working for the trucking industry. And then we got audited. So I've sat in both sides of audits, and I know how that stuff goes. The auditor comes in and he's asking for certain things. He's asking for X, Y, and Z. And you give him X, Y, and Z, you can't go and say, all right, here's X, here's Y. Now let me tell you about Z. Z is, you know, that's, well, we got something called Q. You know, it's similar to Z, kind of looks like Z. It's, you know, a little funny looking like Z, and you hardly ever use it. What do you think about that? Would you take Q? And, you know, a good, you know, investigator who's wanting to know the truth is going to say, well, no. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I have a reason. I want to see Z. And, you know, if you don't produce Z, in this case, Z being Tom Brady's cell phone records, that's it. You've already lost. I mean, the punishment in our industry for failing to produce records is identical to the punishment if you produce records that are false or wrong. So if you try to hide records and just say, well, no, we're not giving you that, it doesn't work. I mean, the man, he just turns around and smashes you in the face just as if you had given them all wrong records, all illegal records. So that's the experience I have with auditing. So right there, when Tom Brady says, I'm not giving you my cell phone, even though under their disciplinary program, the NFL, Goodell has the right to ask for it. And I'm doing a little check here just to make sure we don't run out of time. Okay, video's still rolling, time's still in time. Even though Goodell has the right to ask for it, Brady refuses, the NFL has the right to levy whatever punishment they want. And that's what they did. They threw the book at these guys. First round pick, fourth round pick, big fine, 4-game suspension. Was that a lot? Yeah, I think it was. Was it justified because of how Spygate was handled? It might have been. It might have been. You know, it might have been. So that's how, like I said, that's all I needed to see as far as the evidence went on Deflategate. You know, it's like, oh, you didn't produce the cell phone records? You know, then, you know, the rest I really am not that interested in. You know, I guess if I read the report and, you know, again, I was mostly swayed by whatever text messages were produced and the fact that the remainder of Brady's cell phone wasn't produced. You know, scientific evidence, I think you could spin that left, you could spin that right, but, you know, I think the intent was there. The failure to produce the records, for me, that was it. Case closed. So, that was your Deflategate. Now, you know, this latest episode, which I don't think we've assigned a name to it. Bengalgate, it's as good as anything. Spygate 2. Last year, the Patriots are going to play the Bengals, and they have a man, a videographer, this guy, David Mondillo, who worked for Kraft Sports and Entertainment. In 2007, when he was caught, Matt Estrella worked for Kraft Productions. So, Kraft Productions, Kraft Sports and Entertainment, totally different. He is in the press box in Cincinnati watching the Bengals play the Buccaneers. And his purported purpose there is that he's filming a Patriot advanced scout, that they're doing a PR, a fluff piece on Patriot team officials and their little jobs and what they do. So today, this little segment's going to be on the advanced scout. And the advanced scout, I don't know where he is. I guess he's in the stands maybe with a clipboard or something, taking notes or what have you. So these guys are shooting their film, and a Bengals security guy eventually, is watching them. And he's saying, well, who are these guys? What are they doing here? So eventually he goes over, starts watching, and, filming them, filming the field. It's like, what are you guys doing? So finally, after like 6-7 minutes, he asks them, he says, what are you guys doing again? And they're saying, well, we're filming our advanced scout. Well, they weren't filming the advanced scout. They're filming the Bengals sideline. They're filming the Bengals sideline. They're filming the field. This interaction between the Bengals security guy and the videographers was leaked to, I believe, Fox Sports, Jay Glazer. It's on the internet. The conversation goes something along the lines of, what are you guys doing again? Oh, well, we're filming our advanced scout. We're doing a piece on the advanced scout. Yeah, but the advanced scout's not in any of the footage that you're filming. Yeah. Well, you're filming the Bengals sideline. You guys can't do that. Oh, yeah, no, we didn't know. How could you not know? Oh, well, yeah, well, it was a mistake. I mean, we can just delete it. If this is a problem, we can just delete it. Just delete it, gone. No problem. We can do it right now, no problem. And the Bengal guy was, no way, man. He said that ship sailed. You were not deleting anything. And he reported it. So, the Patriots, again, their story is big misunderstanding. No, it has nothing to do with operations or X's and O's. Big mistake. Certainly not trying to get any kind of competitive advantage. In other words, the Patriots were, I think, going to play the Bengals within a week or two. And, the thinking being, well, we're just going to film these guys so we can get their defensive signals, or at least know their substitution patterns. So we'll have our own little in-house film, which may or may not be legal, but we don't give a shit about that. Patriot story is big mistake. No, this is all big misunderstanding. So, my view on this is, Bill Belichick makes mistakes? No, he doesn't. He doesn't make mistakes. The only time Bill Belichick makes mistakes is when he's trying to get out of some kind of disciplinary action. Then it's, oh, yeah, my mistake. Oh, I misunderstood. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. He didn't make many mistakes on the field, I'll tell you that. So that seemed very suspicious to me. Oh, you made another mistake in interpreting the rules? Oh, man, that's funny. Man, normally you are a particular ace when it comes to rules and loopholes, and you know that thing backwards and forwards. I mean, unless you're caught, then it's, oh, my mistake. So, no, I don't buy his story for a second. And again, back to my experience as an auditor. It doesn't matter what your intent is. They admit they're caught red-handed filming the Bengals sideline. They forfeited a first-round pick plus numerous dollars in 2007. The league made it explicitly clear to the people that still run the team, Belichick, Kraft, this is illegal, highly verboten. And you went and did it again. We don't care. Again, if I'm representing one of my clients before demand and we got busted doing the exact same thing they crucified us for some time before, it wouldn't matter what bullshit excuse we gave them. "Well, we misunderstood the rule. Oh, well, we meant well. It was a big mistake." No. We didn't mean to do it. You did it. They kill us. The general rule of thumb is double the fine previously. 1 first-round pick and that didn't get your attention, 2 first-round picks. I mean, again, if this had happened in my little world, the investigation would have taken less than a week. The Patriots admitted it and said, you know, I caught red-handed. What are they going to say? They were filming the sidelines. I've seen the tape. It's on the internet. You did it. The reason doesn't matter. 2 first-round picks. That's what it would have been. So, clearly the NFL is not the trucking industry. You know, Goodell's thinking here probably is, oh, God, no one gives a shit about this. I mean, the Patriots are almost done anyway. Brady's in Tampa. Belichick's almost retired. I got to do something to make it look like we did something because this splashed all over the internet, this tape that they did in Cincinnati. So I got to do something. How about a 3rd-round pick? That seems like a little split the baby type deal. Keep the media off my back. I mean, you know, if they start bitching, I'll say pandemic, don't we have some more serious issues, Black Lives Matter, more serious issues, and they'll go away. So I can't fault Goodell's thinking there. I think he's correct. I do not think this will be a story. Do I care? You know, Belichick's almost at the end of the road. You know, it's a complicated legacy for the guy. You know, he's one of the great winners of all time. Clearly, one of the teams you want to bet on this fall. You know, we're going to be looking for opportunities to play Belichick. Great against the spread record, 6 titles. But then you have these episodes where the guy has cheated. You know, again, I trying to be even-handed on this, but in the Spygate, they took a 1st-round pick from you. You admitted you did it. In Deflategate, you denied everything to the hilt, fought it as far as you could go, one step short of the Supreme Court, and the penalty was upheld. You were found guilty, basically. So that counts. The NFL said you cheated. The United States court system said you cheated. And then in this latest episode, again, I haven't heard the Patriots denying anything. They're just basically saying, oh yeah, all right, 3rd-round pick. What, you know, let's not talk about that anymore. What do you know about Cam Newton? You know, so I think these are established facts. Now, you know, you want to argue that the Patriots have been unfairly treated, that they've been penalized more harshly than other teams. I guess that's an argument you can make. But the Patriots have been found guilty now 3 different times. They've been penalized 3 different times. They've had 4 different draft choices yanked from them. They've been fined over $2 million. This is part of that legacy. It just is. So, you know, I don't like them. I mean, that's part of why I don't like the Patriots. I'll be happy to cash bets on them this fall. I'm not going to feel unclean if I play the Patriots and they win. Really, I'm not going to. If the Patriots cheat left, right, and don't get caught and I get paid, I'm not going to feel unclean. But, you know, if you're looking at this from a further down the road perspective, a historical perspective, I think you have to take and look at the whole thing here for Belichick. So, there you have that. That's my 100th episode. Sorry it wasn't more exciting. We're running out of time. Thanks for being here. We'll hopefully give you, well, I think we'll just do it right now. We'll just give you back-to-back episodes and roll right into the New York Yankees. But we'll break that up into a separate episode here. 30 subscribers, hoping for more. Sports are coming back. Looking forward to it. Thanks for being here. Eric Arnold out.